guys, it's Sarah, and today we're going to do part 2 of all of the series that I want to read. Today, we are going to be talking about all the ongoing series. These are series that don't have endings. They are currently being written, or it's questionable. If an author has not come out and said this is the last book in the series, I consider it an ongoing series. So some of them are a little bit questionable on whether or not they're ending or not. So I kind of just had to use some judgment on that one. But as far as I know, these are all ongoing. And I'm going to show you all the ones that I want to read. If you want to see the series that are completed that I want to read, that have an ending and I can read them all, go ahead and check out that video down below. All right, so got my laptop here. We are going to go through this list. All right, so here we are back on my spreadsheet with all of the books that are ongoing as far as I know that I want to read. Now, I set this up similarly as the other one where I have the series name, the author, and then book 1, 2, 3, 4. And then for this category, the total number of ongoing series that I would like to read is 83. If you remember, the number for completed series I wanted to read is 92, and now we have 83. Series, not books, series. So let's talk about it. Okay. Again, I started with series that I have started. So these are all ones that I have read at least the first book in. And I have decided I would like to continue with them. So the number for this is 22. So first we have The Burning by Evan Winters. And I know book 3 is rumored to be coming out this year. We'll see. Not sure if there's going to be a book 4 yet. No one has said if book 3 is going to be the last one. But these books he's definitely taking his time with. So yeah. And then we have The Roots of Chaos by Samantha Shannon, which the first one is Priory of the Orange Tree. I put the prequel before that just because it's a prequel and comes like the timeline is before, but that's fine. And then book 3 is coming out later this year. A Song of Ice and Fire by George R.R. Martin. We will see if I end up going back to that series or not. It's still on my list, but we'll see. Depends on if it's ever going to be finished or not. Crescent City by Sarah J. Maas, which I am caught up on, but it's not the end. So there's going to be more coming out. And so I just kind of have a little square ready for that when that's announced. A Court of Thorns and Roses by Sarah J. Maas. Again, I have completed everything that is in that series, but I know that more is coming. Empire the Vampire by Jay Kristoff, book number 3, which I believe he has said this is a trilogy, so I might have to move that up to my completed, but it doesn't come out until November, so I'm going to wait a little bit longer just to see more news about that, but there is a release date for November for that one. The Empyrean series by Rebecca Yarros. Let's go ahead and make this no fill, because this came out today. My copy comes tomorrow. By the time this video goes up, I probably already have read it because as soon as that's in my hands, nothing else exists. I've already told my family, no talking. Okay. The Villain series by V.E. Schwab. I have heard that there's going to be a 3rd book and it even had a title. No other news on it yet though. Part of Your World by Abby Jimenez. I am including the one coming out in April, Say You'll Remember Me, because it is following a character that was very, very briefly featured in Just for the Summer. Like one scene featured just for the summer. So I'm kind of counting that as this unless she says differently. If she says differently, I'll just change my spreadsheet and that's fine. Finley Donovan by El Casamano. This is a series that I'm currently binging, so be on the lookout for that vlog here soon. Inheritance Games by Jennifer Lynn Barnes. Zodiac Academy by Carolyn Peckham and Suzanne Valente. I really liked the first book. I thought it was really good. It is a very long series though, so I'm trying to decide if I'm going to commit to it or not. It's on here, but we'll see. Kelsey Murphy by Erica Lewis, which is a middle grade. Keeper of the Lost Cities by Shannon Messenger. Definitely want to read that whole thing. Amari and the Night Brothers by B.B. Alston. I need to pick up and read the 3rd book, but I really, really like that one. Nevermore by Jessica Townsend. I've been holding off on reading book 3 until book 4 came out because book 4 has been pushed off for 2 years. 2 years. As of right now, it has a September release date for this year. We will see. I'm not fully trusting it until it actually like happens. So we'll see about that. Definitely one I think I would go back and reread though, because it's been quite a long time since I read the first two. Kingsbridge by Ken Follett, like Pillars of the Earth, all that has some other books there. The Inspector Gamache series by Louise Penny is a very, very, as you can see, time-consuming and commitment. It has a lot of books in it. So we'll see, but I did enjoy the first two. Legends and Lattes by Travis Baldree. Now, I want to read the second one because I do have it from NetGalley, so I think that's one I would listen to on audiobook just so I can get that NetGalley off. Remains to be seen if I read the third book that was announced. Not sure. I didn't love Legends and Lattes. I think I gave it a 4, but I definitely felt it was lacking, so I'm just not sure. But because of NetGalley, I want to read the second book, and then the third one, I'll just wait and see. But that may not be on here very long. The Unsub series by Meg Gardner, Assistant to the Villain by Hannah Nicole Mayer, and then Alchemy and Fae by Callie Hart, which I just, I'm about to finish Quicksilver, which I'm really, really enjoying. And I know that there is a sequel coming out this year. So yeah, so those are the ones that I have started already. And I will be filling in Quicksilver when I'm done. But yeah, so those are all the ones that I have started that I would like to potentially continue. And then for the books that I have not, or the series that I have not started yet, I have 61. 61 books that are ongoing series that I have not started yet. All right, Moonfall by James Rollins. Amina Al-Sarafi by Shannon Chakraborty. We Were Children by Shauna Maguire. Empire of the Wolf by Richard Swan. The Witchlands by Susan Dennard. That's another one that I keep thinking about. Like, I need to give those a try. The Kingkiller Chronicles by Patrick Rothfuss. Crowns of Nixia by Carissa Broadbent, another one that I really, really need to prioritize. Alex Stern by Lee Bardugo. Middle Mist by Claire Legrand. Silver in the Bone by Alexander Bracken. Red Space by Dave Wellington. Skyward by Brandon Sanderson. Stormlight Archive by Brandon Sanderson. Now, obviously, Stormlight Archive is going to come after reading the other Cosmere books, but I have learned that the 5th book in the Stormlight Archive just came out in December, and I have learned that he is now taking a break from writing that series because the first 5 books is one story arc, and then the second 5 books in the series is going to be a different story arc. So he's taking a break from writing that. He's going to work on other projects and do things, and then he'll go back to writing it. And I think he said maybe for 2 years he's going to take a break. So I was like, okay, now I can catch up. Now I can start working on the Cosmere. I have some time. It's going to be a while anyway. It would take a while for me to get to the Stormlight Archive just because I want to read it kind of in order. But yeah, so I have a little bit of time now, which takes some pressure off for that one, but I don't want to wait too long either. So The Talents by J.M. Miro. Alchemical Journeys, wow, by Shauna Maguire. Now this one, actually the middle game, I don't have middle game anymore. I don't own it anymore. I'm still kind of trying to figure out if I want to keep this one on here. I think I'm more interested in the Wayward Children one first. Just maybe let me try her writing out a little bit and see, and then I'll decide if I want to go to middle game or not. But I have heard not great things about the sequel, so I'm kind of, I don't know, we'll see. Wanderers by Czech Wendig. The Sandsea Trilogy by Chelsea Abdullah, which I do plan to start the Stardust Thief soon. That's on my TBR right now. Thursday Murder Club by Richard Osman. Another one that I don't own anymore. I did have the first book, but I sold it when I went through and purged. So we'll see about that one still. Will Trent by Karen Slaughter. The Rook Files by Daniel O'Malley. Skandar by A.F. Stedman. Pages & Co. by Anna James. Inheritance Cycle by Christopher Paolini. Between Earth and Sky by Rebecca Roanhorse. Black Harbor by Hannah Morrissey. Threads of Power by B.E. Schwab. The Hurricane Wars by Thea Guzan. Saga of the Unfated by Danielle N. Jensen. The Crucible by Abigail Owen, which I'm going to be reading the games Gods Play in February. The Broken Blade by Mike Corland. The Last Legacy by James Logan. The Fair Folk Trilogy by Lyra Celine. Dark Lord Davy by Django Wexler. Shadow of the Leviathan by Robert Jackson Bennett. Vera Wong by Jessica Sutanto. And as you can see, a lot of these only have one book even published right now. because everything in gray is either not published or not announced yet, but we know something's coming. So, yeah. So I definitely went through like kind of logging some stuff that I have the first ones in. The Dragon Queen by E.C. Garrett. Soulfire Saga by Matthew Ward. Arcana Academy by Elise Kova. This is one, it doesn't release until July, but I do have a physical arc of it. Bright Falls by Ashley Herring Blake. Emily Wilde by Heather Fawcett. Ernest Cunningham by Benjamin Stevenson. Inland Empire by Anne Fraser. Forging Silver into Stars by Bridget Kemmerer. Locked Tomb by Tamsin Muir. Ice Planet Barbarians by Ruby Dixon. This is another one where I only wrote down the first 3 and then I wrote plus more. So we'll see. Definitely want to give the first one a try. I do own it. We'll see. Not sure if that's something that I'm going to read the entire thing because there's a lot. There's a lot of those, but we'll see. Impossible Creatures by Catherine Rundell. Lightlark by Alex Astor. Magnolia Parks by Jessa Hastings. Jacksonville Rays by Emily Rath. These are 2 that could go either way when I read the first one. We'll see. I could read them and really enjoy them and think they're a lot of fun and want to read the rest, or I could read them and hate them and it goes off. So we'll see. The Chronicles of Castellane. Wow. The Chronicles of Castellane by Cassandra Clare. The Bridge Kingdom by Danielle L. Jensen. The Nightshade Crown by Hannah Witten. Isle of the Gods by Amy Kaufman. Gentleman Bastards by Scott Lynch. Lost Queen by Signe Park. Raven's Trilogy by Aparna Verma. Heart and Mercy by Megan Bannon. Artifacts of Uranus by Nisha J. Tooley. Rose Hill by Elsie Silver. Moonfall, another Moonfall, by Sarah A. Parker. And then Wingfeather Saga by Andrew Peterson. So those are all of the ongoing series. Some of them, like I said, only have 1 out even. The sequels have not even been published yet, but they have been announced and are coming out. And I haven't started them. 61. So of these, what am I definitely, well, I'm definitely going to be reading Onyx Storm right away. So that will be caught up on right away. You know, and a couple of these I only have like the sequel before the 3rd one comes out, so that, you know, a little bit easier. So I actually have quite a few of those that we're just waiting for the 3rd one to come out, but I do need to read the 2nd one. And then, like I said, on the ones I haven't started yet, some of them, they only have 1 published right now, but announcements for a 2nd book. So I guess we'll see how all of that goes. I think with the ongoing stuff, nothing is like super motivating quite yet as much as the completed series, because I feel like with the completed series, when I complete it, I can be done and I can take it off my list. With the ongoing series, they're still going to sit there if I want to keep going until everything is completed and I can move it up to the completed list. But yeah, so that is that a lot? Yes. Am I overwhelmed? Also, yes. Do I care enough to take anything off? No. Am I still going to try to read all these? Yes. So that's where we are, guys. It is a little overwhelming, but at the same time, these books are not going anywhere. So, and I don't have to read them all right now, obviously. But they are all on my radar and I would like to read all of them. Now, of the list today, did you see anything where you're like, Sarah, I don't think you're going to like that, especially with the ongoing ones, because a lot of the ones I haven't started. If I haven't started them, I don't really know, but I would love to get your feedback on if you think I'm going to like any of them. And we'll see from there, because I could be convinced. If you're like, nope, this is terrible, you're going to hate it, let me know, seriously, because I would have no problem taking some stuff off if I do some more research into it and see. All right, well, let me know your thoughts, and I will see you guys again soon. Hope you have a great day. Bye.